Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. Today I've got another Gilmore Girls build for you and we are making DOOSE'S Market. So in case you're new to the channel, I am actually in the process of making a Stars Hollow save file right now. So for those of you who might not know, Stars Hollow is the town in Gilmore Girls, and so I'm recreating basically every single important build and character in The Sims 4 and putting it together into a save file that I'll eventually release to you guys. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with you eventually. But yeah, like I said, we're just making DOOSE'S Market today. I was really excited to make this for you. I enjoyed making the outside quite a lot because I never really thought about the exterior of the build. You don't see too many shots of the full length of the building. You don't really see the top of it that much. You just tend to sort of see people height views of the market and mainly shots of the interior or just outside the door. So I was very familiar with how that looked, but yeah, I had no idea really what the building looked like from outside. So that was kind of exciting to just think about that in more detail. And what I've done is I've placed it on one big lot and I've made it a retail lot as well because obviously it's a shop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make basically a variety of shops that you might find within Stars Hollow. So things I'm thinking of including might be Andrew's bookstore, the music shop that Lane loves to go to with her band, the cat shop that Luke goes to buy April's birthday present. I think it's like a really rubbish set of toiletries that are decorated with cats Luke gets from this cat shop in Stars Hollow, but that would be a fun one to make. And then I know they have a pharmacy or like a beauty shop, and that's where Lane goes to get dye so that she can dye her hair. But yeah, I think there'll roughly be like 5 options for additional shops other than DOOSE'S Market. So if you have any sort of burning desires, please comment them down below, but I'll probably end up doing like a vote on Twitter or something like that, so asking you guys what you would prefer to see in the save file. So if you haven't already, go and follow me on Twitter because then you could obviously be more involved in the process, or just, you know, get to know me a little bit better because I love to help out other simmers as well and retweet their stuff and support them. At the minute we're just furnishing the outside with just a load of vegetable clutter, and I put loads of strawberries and pumpkins there, as you can see. I remember specifically Taylor gets really upset when the town, it's not the town troubadour, but it's like the second town troubadour because the first town troubadour gets really annoyed that another one appears and they have like this massive standoff in the town meeting, which is hilarious. But then this second troubadour starts selling fruit and veg in this temporary market store in like the green area, and Taylor gets really upset that no one's buying his fruit and veg in his shop. So yeah, lots and lots of fruit and veg in this build. I really felt like it called for those stores that you would see in a farmer's market, so basically boxes on their side, I guess, just basically that you could place a load of fruit and veg in a giant box. And oh my god, I would kill for a farm pack in The Sims. I don't know if any of you guys are as passionate about it as me, but like the only thing I want in The Sims now is basically just horses, loads and loads more pets, and farming. That would just be amazing. I'm just obsessed with animals, if you didn't already know this. But yeah, basically this hard, like I said, it was fun on the exterior, but on the interior it was just really tedious because I just ended up having to place loads of single items over and over again on shelves. That's basically what a shop is. It's just like loads of the same item. But you know, it's not easy in The Sims because we don't have any shelves that have any like sensible areas for you to place clutter items onto. You have to raise them up all individually, which is so annoying, but you know, we got there in the end. So now I'm placing loads of fridges or like freezer-y type objects because that is actually the frozen section in DOOSE'S Market. Yes, I know off by heart which section is which because I've seen that many episodes of Gilmore Girls. That is actually where the fridges and freezers are. You know, it's then a food aisle, and then there is a stationery aisle, and I think a toiletry aisle, maybe next to each other. I basically made the aisle on the right loads of toiletries just because I had loads of those objects to hand and they were really good. We have loads of bathroom objects basically, so that was a really easy one for me to do. But I put stationery around to the left because I had no idea where else to put in that side of the market, and I'm not even sure if that was a spot for objects or what is around there, because we basically never see that side of the build unless I'm mistaken within the show, so I had no idea what was there. But yeah, I had to make these conveyor belts out of counters and just added a cash register on top of each because we don't have conveyor belts in The Sims 4 to my knowledge. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that we don't have conveyor belts, so I just made them out of other objects, and I think, you know, that sort of mimics at least the shape and essence of the build, so I wasn't too annoyed with how that turned out. But when I was taking screenshots of this build, I found it so hilarious because I brought in Lorelai and Dean and Taylor just to take a few screenshots, but I had Dean behind the cash register, but he like really hated the aesthetic of the build. Like, as soon as I walked him into the building, he had a really negative moodlet because he just hated how it was decorated, and I just thought that was actually quite fitting, you know, because Taylor isn't the best employer and, you know, he probably gives his employees some grief, so I thought that while Dean is working in the shop, I thought it would be rather fitting for him to be in a bad mood. And like I said, I'm now adding a load of toiletries to one of the aisles, and I put loads of these basket objects actually everywhere because I know I'm so sad. I know so many details of this program, but I know that they actually use genuine wicker baskets instead of like plastic ones that you'd normally see in a supermarket or something like that. They just have like a stack of wicker baskets that they carry around to put their groceries in. So I just placed like a load of random baskets in the corner there that you can see. So yeah, that's why they're there. And then I end up using debug baskets and sizing them up to sort of put all of the fruit and veg in this, because that is definitely where the fruit and veg go in the marketplace. Like I said, I know this build off by heart, and then I end up sizing up the fruit and veg, and again they're debug items, and I place them individually, and like I said, it was very tedious doing this. But yeah, because when they were their actual size, I just felt like they were too small. They just looked a bit odd, especially the pineapples. Just, they're not supposed to be that small in real life. I don't know if it's because they all got to be the same size because they're like plantable or something like that in debug, but yeah, I ended up sizing them up to look more reasonable, but also it just saved me a bit of time placing the objects, because otherwise I'd have been there for days if they were sized down. But yeah, I just pulled out a few fruit and veg that I thought would be interesting, and I think, is it by the fruit and veg that Rory and Dean have their first kiss? Is that where they are? Because I know that Rory steals an item. She is so surprised to kiss him that she ends up stealing, like, is it corn or some sort of starch, or so, that is like a really weird box of something that only Americans buy. I didn't actually recognize what it was, or maybe it is common knowledge, but I'm just an idiot. So let me know if you're a Gilmore Girls super fan down below and you know what object Rory steals. But yeah, that might be an indicator as to what aisle it was located in. And then I put loads of these debug eco lifestyle bottles down. I actually know that in the show is not what is in that aisle. I think that is just like a standard food aisle, and I actually know that there's an additional aisle as well as that, which I didn't include because, one, I didn't have enough space, but two, I didn't want to spend the time placing that many extra items because it was hard enough as it was. And then I end up placing some champagne there because when Luke and Lorelai get engaged, they actually wanted to buy champagne and they were looking for some sort of champagne or prosecco to celebrate with, but I think they had like a bicycle marathon or something like that going on in the town, and loads of people had celebrated by buying champagne and spraying it everywhere, obviously, so there was none left for them to drink. But they definitely do sell some sort of fizzy champagne like beverage in DOOSE'S market, so I was sure to include some champagne. And then, like I said, I had like a little toiletries aisle there to the right because, yeah, The Sims 4 just has a lot more clutter for bathroom stuff than anything else. And it was just handy for me. I probably put way too much toiletry stuff in this build. And over to the right, there's more aisles that by the time I got to them, I just had no idea what objects to use because I'd basically used up all of the possible clutter items in the game. I was like, oh, I just have no idea what's left. So I think I end up doing like a little knitting stall on one side because I was like, yeah, Stars Hollow is definitely a cozy little town full of grannies. So I bet they would all be interested in knitting. So I'll put like a little temporary display for knitting books and knitting objects and things like that, because I reckon that's totally something Taylor would include, like this sort of knitting club and their most recent creations on a little stall to get the town involved in like a project. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in one episode they actually have a knit-a-thon, like a knitting marathon, to raise money for the bridge or something like that. They're always raising money for the same bloody bridge. And it's the episode where Chris and Lorelai are together and they're trying to encourage the town to get to know Chris and get to like him as well, but then he ends up like donating loads of money to this charity and they all get to finish the knit-a-thon early and everyone's like, oh well, that was rubbish then. But I thought it was quite relevant to have a little knitting stall because it reminded me of that. And then in the last hour, like I said, I just had no clue of what I could add to this one, so I had like a little pet section. I put loads of fish food and dog treats and stuff like that, and then I put these objects from Get Famous, and they're like soap boxes or something like that that you use in the adverts that you obviously are trying to sell or promote in the adverts that you audition for. And then around the corner I ended up putting a load of stationery because I know that they do have stationery in DOOSE'S Market, but like I said, I missed out one of the aisles around the corner, which is where I think it actually is, and so I put it in here instead because I can't remember the context of it, but I definitely remember Rory buying note paper in DOOSE'S Market. So let me know if you can remember down below, because I'm sure there's something like a funny joke around that, but maybe not. I also ended up not furnishing the upstairs of this lot. I could have done, and I may do in the future if you guys are interested in that, but I didn't think it was that relevant to DOOSE'S Market. I might do it off camera, you know, when I sort of end up putting the save file together and tying up all the loose ends. I might just sort of furnish it like really basic furnishing. But yeah, because it's not a residential lot, I don't think anyone would actually be able to live up there, so I wasn't sure if there was much point doing it. But if you guys want it, then I'll do it. You guys there's like a few die-hard Gilmore Girls fans that come back and consistently comment and like my videos, which I'm so grateful for. I love you guys. But you have been like begging me to make all of the smaller characters and things like that I wasn't necessarily going to make, and you know, I'm not complaining at all because it means I get to make more Gilmore Girls related content in The Sims, but I'm not sure how many other people are interested in seeing it, so I don't know. I think what I'll probably end up doing is creating apartments in like one lot and just shoving a load of random Gilmore Girls characters in there that I haven't necessarily made an individual house for, because one, there's not enough lots in Newcrest to house all of the Gilmore Girls characters, and two, I don't want to build that many houses that we've never seen before in the show, so because no one will want to watch that. So I might just like, you know, make 2 cute apartments or something like that and just shove a load of Sims in there and then get them to be like roommates or something within the same lot, so it's as efficient as possible and we can have as many characters as we need in the save file, because I do want it to be good for you guys. But yeah, in other news, before I go, I just wanted to say that I am in the process of preparing myself to eventually start streaming, so get excited for that because I'm absolutely terrified, but I have a really good idea for streaming which I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to do it, but I want it to be right when I do it. So let me know how you feel about not having a face cam, because I don't currently have a face cam, and I will be doing very interactive sort of gameplay type streams. So let me know how you feel about that. I may just end up having to wait until I can get a face cam. But anyway, we're at the end of the video now. So like I said, let me know what your thoughts on this build, the other shops in this lot, and anything else to do with the save file. I would love to hear your thoughts about it and whether or not you're a massive Gilmore Girls fan like I am. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, please like, comment and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. So thank you so much. Bye guys.